A partial lockdown has been imposed in Assam for the next 15 days, starting tomorrow in view of the rising number of COVID-19 cases in the state. Assam Chief Secretary Jishnu Baruah and DGP Bhaskar Jyoti Mahanta listed the fresh SOPs that will come into effect from tomorrow. As per the new SOPs, now all shops and commercial establishments shall shut down at 1 p.m. on all days. Weekly haats and bazaars shall not be allowed for 15 days. All educational institutions will have to provide virtual classes options. No physical classes shall be allowed for 15 days. All offices, both government and non-government, shall shut down for 15 days. Government employees, semi-government officers in the rank of Deputy Secretary and above, and senior executives in non-government sector along with their key support staff will be allowed to attend office up to 1 p.m. only for emergency and essential works. In case the test positivity of COVID-19 in any area reaches a 5% or more in the last 1 week, District Magistrate will notify such areas as containment zone and ensure necessary containment measures for COVID-19. Meanwhile, marriages and religious functions will be only private affairs and be allowed with presence of maximum of 10 persons. No reception parties will be allowed post or pre-marriage. Funeral and last rites related gatherings shall not be more than 10 persons. All religious places shall remain closed for 15 days. However, the religious head of a religious place or his representative may perform minimal religious rituals and prayers during this period of closure. And if we talk about the public transport, it will be allowed to operate only up to 30% of seating capacity. Auto rickshaws, cycle rickshaws and taxis shall operate with one driver and 2 passengers. Pillion riding will be totally prohibited in two-wheelers except with women and children. All vehicles other than government vehicles will be allowed to ply in accordance with an odd-even formula to be decided by the Jurisdictional District Disaster Management Authority between 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. And there shall be total ban on movement of individuals from 2 p.m. to 5 a.m. daily, except for exemptions specified in a special order. Further, DGP Bhaskar Jyoti Mahanta stated that there will be zero tolerance policy for people flouting rules in containment zone or otherwise. He said that people will have to strictly adhere to wearing masks and follow social distancing protocols, and non-adherence to protocols would invite harsh charges amounting to attempt to murder.
These restrictions will be applicable from 5 a.m. tomorrow and until further orders. So all shops and commercial establishments shall shut down from 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Weekly haat/bazaars will not be allowed for next 15 days. All educational institutions, including school, college, university, will provide quality virtual options. No physical classes will be there for next 15 days. All offices, both government and non-government, will shut down for 15 days. Government and semi-government offices in the rank of Deputy Secretary and above, and senior executives in non-government sector, along with their key support staff, will be allowed to attend up to 1 p.m. only for emergency and essential works. However, what I have said about offices will not be applicable for organizations rendering essential services, emergency services, law enforcement services and election work. then in case of positivity of COVID-19 in any area which crosses 5%, in the last week, the DF, the Deputy Commissioner, will notify such areas as containment zone and ensure necessary containment measures for COVID-19. Marriages and religious functions will be only private affairs and will be allowed with the presence of maximum 10 number of people. No reception parties will be allowed post or pre-marriage. Funeral/last rites related gatherings shall not be more than 10 persons. Earlier this was 20 in Assam. All religious places shall remain closed for next 15 days. However, the religious head of a religious place or his representative may perform minimal religious rituals, prayers during this time of closure. All public transport will be allowed to operate only up to 30% of the capacity. Auto rickshaws, cycle rickshaws, taxis, cars, SUVs will operate with one driver and 2 passengers maximum. Pillion riding, this is for two-wheelers. Pillion riding will be totally prohibited in two-wheelers, except with women and children as a pillion. All vehicles other than government vehicles will be allowed to ply in accordance with an odd-even formula to be decided by Deputy Commissioner between 5 am to 2 pm. There should be total ban on movement of individuals from 2 pm to 5 am next day, daily, except for exemptions which are specified in the order dated 4th May.
Ebar অলপ বেছিকৈ চকু ৰখা হ'ব। এতিয়া যেনেকৈ ক'লে চহৰ অঞ্চল আৰু নগৰ সমিতি সীমাৰ পৰা 5 কিলোমিটাৰৰ ভিতৰত সকলো দিনৰ দোকান পোহাৰ 1 বজাত বন্ধ হ'ব। এতিয়া কিছুমান খবৰ আহিছে যে দোকানখন বাহিৰৰ পৰা বন্ধ কিন্তু ভিতৰৰ পৰা অলপ গণ্ডগোলীয়া কাৰবাৰ চলে, অৰ্থাৎ খুলি থয় আৰু কোনোবা মানুহ ফোন কৰিলে তালৈ আহে। এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ প্ৰেক্টিছ পালে কিন্তু বৰ সিৰিয়াছ একশ্যন হ'ব। গ্ৰামীণ অঞ্চলত দোকান পোহাৰ 2টা বজালৈকে খুলি থাকিব। 6 বজাৰ পৰা পুৱা 5 বজালৈকে ৰাজহুৱা স্থানত ঘূৰা ফুৰা নিষেধ। কণ্টেইনমেণ্ট জ'ন মানে কণ্টেইনমেণ্ট জ'ন। ইয়াত মানুহে তামাচা যাতে নকৰে। গুৱাহাটী চহৰত কণ্টেইনমেণ্ট জ'নত কিছুমান আমি ব্যগ্ৰতাৰে লক্ষ্য কৰিছোঁ যে কিছুমান ব্যক্তিয়ে কিছুমান গলিত অলপ ঘূৰা পকা ধেমালি ধুমুলা ইত্যাদিবোৰ কৰিব লাগিছিলে। এই ক্ষেত্ৰত পুলিচ অতিকে কঠোৰ হ'ব। কণ্টেইনমেণ্ট জ'নৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত অতিকে কঠোৰ হোৱা যাব আৰু যিটো সময়ত বজাৰ সমাৰ অকণমান এলাউ কৰি দিয়া হ'ব সেইটো সময়ৰ বাদে অন্যান্য সময়ত মানুহৰ ঘূৰা পকা যদি হয় আৰু পুলিচক ফাঁকি দি তাৰ বেৰিয়াৰটো পাৰ হৈ পেলাই পলোৱাৰ বা ইফালে ইফালে যোৱাৰ যিটো প্ৰৱণতা দেখা যায় তেতিয়া পুলিচ কিন্তু অতিকে কঠোৰ হ'ব আৰু এই ক্ষেত্ৰত কোনো আপোচ নহ'ব। তেতিয়া পুলিচক বেয়া পাই গালি পাৰি লাভ নহ'ব আৰু ডাঙৰ ডাঙৰ কথা পেপাৰত প্ৰবন্ধ লিখিও লাভ নহ'ব। ধৰ্মীয় প্ৰতিষ্ঠানসমূহ 15 দিনলৈ বন্ধ ৰখাৰ যিটো কথা কোৱা হৈছে সেই ক্ষেত্ৰত পুৰোহিত বা মৌলবীয়ে যিখিনি নিত্য ব্যৱহাৰ্য নিত্যকৰণীয় কাম কৰিব লাগে তেখেতলোকে নিজৰখিনি কাম কৰিব। বাকীখিনিও যেনেকৈ ৰিক্সা চাইকেল ইত্যাদিত এজনে ব্যক্তি যাব পাৰিব তেতিয়াও আৰু বিশেষকৈ মহিলা লৈ যাব পাৰিব। আমাৰ পুলিচসকলো এই ক্ষেত্ৰত সতৰ্ক থাকিবলৈ আমি ক'ম যাতে অনাহক মানুহক আমনিও নকৰে। গতিকে এই ক্ষেত্ৰত আমি কেয়াৰ ল'ম আৰু অড ইভেন যেতিয়া হ'ব সেই ক্ষেত্ৰতো পুলিচ সতৰ্ক থাকিব, সচেতন থাকিব। কিন্তু এই ক্ষেত্ৰতো মই ৰাইজক সচেতন হৈ পেলাই যদিহে সেই অড দিনৰ গাড়ীখন তেওঁৰ নাই, ইভেণ্ট গাড়ীখনহে আছে, তেতিয়াহ'লে তেখেত নোলাব। ইয়াৰ অৰ্থটো হ'ল তেখেত ওলাই আহিব নালাগে, কিবা কাম থাকিলেও ওলাই আহিব নালাগে যদিহে সেই গাড়ীখন নাই।